Okay.
So, all right, guys, welcome once again to LapoteeTV, the only channel here in Hamburg that is bringing you interview with African personalities that are based here. And today, once again, I have with a very powerful guy here. This guy is based here in Germany, Hamburg, and he's been making waves all over. I mean, he's been on my show before, but he has a program that is coming up very soon. And then he's here for us to go down and talk about the program and everything that's going to go on. He goes by no other person by Minister Prophet Daniel Jeddman. Daniel, it's nice to have you on LapoteeTV.
My pleasure having me. God bless you.
Yeah. I know it's interesting. Like I said, I mean, I remember the last time you came here. I mean, it's more than up to a year now, right?
Yeah, approximately.
Yeah, up to a year. So tell me, what has changed from the last time you came here to today? What's been going on in the life of Prophet Minister Daniel Jeddman?
Prophet Daniel Jeddman is okay.
But okay, all right. Sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with all that
This
accolades.
is the Prophet Daniel.
All right, yeah. So what's been going on?
Well, there's been a lot of improvement, you
Oh, okay.
know, ministry-wise,
Oh,
you
okay.
know, relationship-wise with people.
Oh, okay.
There must be a change. I mean, definitely from a time you start as an initial stage all the time, and from the initial stage you go to the, you know, the next level.
Yes.
So definitely there are so much improvement. For instance, music-wise,
Mm-hmm.
my circle, you know, the people that I associate with, new people, that actually bring life, you know, that they inspire and all that. And I've also been an impact to many people as well.
Okay.
My ministry, my communication with others, it has been very productive.
Productive. I mean, I love the fact that you said that. I mean, it's been productive. That means you are not stagnant. Anybody that finds themselves doing something in this world wants to move from one step to the other. And if
Yes.
that's what's happening, that's good. And like I said, the last time you came here, you shared some insightful. We spoke about a lot, you know,
Yeah.
family-wise, what's going in the life of Jeddman and all that. But let me ask you, so what has been the fans, I mean, or what was the fans' reaction, your fans or the people who were following you when you came here the last time on LapoteeTV?
Well, I had a lot of reactions,
Oh,
let me
okay.
say, and personally on my WhatsApp, I didn't really share with you because I didn't
Oh.
want to, you know, spam
Oh, okay.
your page, but
Okay.
there were so many reactions, and some of them were, wow, we didn't know this, you know, this issue was like that and like that, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
And one actually said, I watched the whole interview. There
Okay.
was one lady that was like, I watched it. I was like, okay,
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
You know, and it's because of my influence, you know, by the grace of God, have influence in the communities or in people's lives. So by the grace of God, that is what is happening. It helps when there's such interviews
Going on.
online. People actually patronize, you know, they watch it, they get to understand. And for instance, there were some you know, theological insight I also gave,
Yeah,
can't remember
remember.
exactly, but I said something like that in that sort.
Mhm.
And people really picked up a lot, you know, from there as well. There were a lot of inspiration that people actually grasped from what I actually said. And especially also my relationship wise, you know, people also got to know that there were, you know, one or two things which they need to know, because as a servant of God, there has to be a time you need to be open, you know, for people to know, you know, who you really are. You know, you can just hold the titles and not show who your identity really is, you know. So there got to be a time you got to open up, you know, for people to know who you are. So I think I did that nicely.
That's good.
And I'm looking forward for what comes today.
This year again, you are coming up with your August praise, and I believe it's something you've been doing annually. Yes. So tell us what's going to be different from the August praise you've been doing from the previous years and this one that is coming on. What is going to be the difference? Okay.
Because this year, normally I should have celebrated the 10th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, I prayed about it, of course. I took it to prayer and everything. I just spoke to my spiritual mentors, my parents as well. And we came to a conclusion that it's better I do the anniversary next year.
Next year.
In praise and everything.
Okay.
So I believe that this year is an anticipating event towards the anniversary next year. And why am I saying this? The anniversary is supposed to be big. It's supposed to be very big. Like, because there's a whole anniversary of 10 years of an event that has consistently been done every year without a break. You know, so for me being alive and even witnessing this time, hopefully if I'm to be alive next year, by God's grace, you know, it's a good opportunity to even host this year's event. So to enlighten people about how important it is to step into a new season, anticipating what God is about to do. Because this is working with God for 10 years. It's only 12 years, because during the COVID time, I didn't do it once. And also, I think last year, I also didn't do it last year. So it's actually 12 years. So looking at all these, you know, you can see that collectively, God has done a lot, and it's time we thank Him for what is to come. Thank Him for what He has done and what is to come. I mean, this event is more like a central focus to what God is about to do for us next year. So I'm really looking forward to see as many people that are willing to patronize. I mean, you have to come. I mean, it's something that I want to be frank here. Like, they get to a time where you need to just come and put every pride down and just come before the Lord and worship and adore Him. If even not for August prayer, what about your life? What about the life of a friend of yours or your parents or your family? Like the things you went through all these years. If you have to take account of all these things, considering the situations that you went through, how you came out of. Sometimes you don't even know how you came out of these situations, but for some reason God gave you the way to come out. So just leverage all these things and just, okay, God, for this reason, I want to come and just worship you. I want to just come and praise you in this non-denominational event. I mean, like I said, even though I'm doing it in the church, it is not bound to the church. It is for everybody. Whether you are a Muslim or you are a Buddhist or whatever, as long as you find the edge to come before the Lord, to acknowledge this God that is the creator of the universe and and all the body of Christ, I think you are welcome to just come and let's do it together.
Oh, okay. Don't miss this year's August praise. Only if you find yourself anywhere in Hamburg or even in Germany. I mean, there's this I actually always say there's no place that's actually far in Germany. I mean, once you can come by train or wherever you are. And the location again?
Yes, Christ House Charismatic Chapel, WANDSBEKER ZOLLSTRASSE 155, and the POZ is 22041 Hamburg.
What inspired you, or how did you come about the theme for the whole event? Yeah.
And every year has its own inspiration behind it, but the main focus is to praise and worship God. That is why it's called special praise and worship to the Lord.
All right.
Yeah.
Ever since you started organizing these events, like it's been an annual event, what has been the difference, or what is the difference that we're going to notice between the subsequent ones that have been organized already and the one that's going to happen today? What's going to be the difference?
This year, mainly, I should say, is to anticipate what God is about to do. That is the main focus of this year, because it's more like the 10th anniversary and the quote. So I really want to let people understand that it's a vision that God has brought to light.
Oh, okay. Who are some of the gospel artists or people that you're going to have on performing at August Praise this time around?
Yeah, there are 2 new people.
Oh, okay.
As I said, Boache, Queen Judith, what are their names again? Nana P, these are people that I've been working with the whole time. But then there's one Jojo Botre. She's actually related to DDK, this comedian in Ghana. He's from Hanover, Kiel, and he will also be joining us this year. He's a first timer, but he's very good, very passionate about his work, and I believe that he's going to give his best as well. And also one lady called Obia Niju. I think you know her maybe. Mo's a very powerful, singer. And I see, they have this exuberant. They are very humble as well. I see humility in these 2 people actually very much. That I really see them climbing big stages. Going far, and my joy to see people, expand their ministries. I mean, as a pioneer in the field of ministry, I know that you need to give the best and expect the best from people too. So I'm looking up to see their wonderful performances by the grace of God, which is going to edify the body of Christ, inclusively with other people. Oh, and Vicky Teria.
Okay.
She's actually been a sister for long, but I think this is the first time hosting on August break. So I see she's coming as an artist this time. So I'm gonna see a lot of beautiful atmospheres to come.
Yes. I always want to see new faces that are coming, and somebody will say maybe something like fresh oil, or a new oil, because when sometimes we as human beings, when we are used to seeing one particular set of things, we get fed up with it. So I mean, what is it? Have you thought of it in that way? Or why do you still want to maintain these old people that you've been doing the event with?
As a spiritual person, I discern before I choose. Even though I might have been used to the same people, I have an inspiration behind them. Now let me explain. Before I host any year's August parade, I don't plan it just a short time before the event. I take my time to analyze from the beginning of the year. I know I'm going to host the event to assess every single person. That's why I said in my previous conversation that I've seen exponential growth in these artists too, of course, with me as well. Like And if people are not growing, I mean, we can't flow. You know, there has to be changes in your output, your own life, whatever, you know, spiritually, physically. And I've been seeing that every time, you know. That's why I've endeavored to keep the same people, because I need them always to feel in, you know, you know, to bring the presence of God. And we need people that are clean and are cool, you know, people that are really ready and determined, you know, not just because they want to sing, but because they are called to sing, or because they have the what do you call it, the unction of God upon them to do what God has told them to do. So these are what I look at, and interestingly enough, all these people have the same, almost all the qualities, you know, that I think is the best for such an event, you know, because this, as I said from the beginning, was my personal, you know, kind of testimony. So if I have to bring somebody in this, you know, circle, it has to be in what I really think it should be. Like there should be this connectivity happening. For instance, at Boache, I have very good connectivity with him, and the connection with him. And like Queen Judith, we flow very nicely, you know, Nana P, have good flow. So there has to be all these things, you know.
So it's all about the connection.
It's very important, because without that, we can't flow, you know.
What are some of the spiritual undertakings that you go through before you decide to, finally come up with the event?
Very powerful question. So, because I know how it started, and I understand what I went through before it started, I'm always, of course, have to undergo a time with the Lord, you know, and to communicate with Him, to understand. Even that is why the theme of the August prayer is the time of the Lord. I fast and pray.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that is a basic thing that every man of God should do. Or if you are called in the field of you know, souls, you should be undertaking these things to get intimate with God as well.
It might be basic, but you'll be surprised to know it's not everybody that actually engage in such things when you have an event coming up. Yeah. Since you started this August praise thing, it has been an annual something going on. What are some of the testimonies that you feel like people have shared being part or coming to be a part of your August praise since you started?
Their confidence, their personal successes testify.
Okay, like testimony.
For instance, exactly. For instance, I see people. I mean, personally, people actually told me this. You know, that they got better. You know, in so many areas. For instance, childbirth. For instance, you know, getting hospital. You know, getting opportunities and work and all that. Sometimes people actually come and share. Not everybody want to say these things openly. You know, like you know, but. If you're observant, you will know that sometimes the participation of people in these areas of their lives have actually positively influenced them, and even their output, you know, and input of being available all the time for the event, you can see it. You know, basically, you'll see it.
All right, guys, we are still here, like I said, we're still talking about the August praise that is coming on the 2nd of this August. If you are here in Hamburg, don't miss it. Like I said, we are talking about the testimonies, things that people have been talking about that will happen when they come there. So, like I said, if you are here and you love the things of Christ, don't miss this year's August praise. Speaking of testimonies, let me ask you, do you sometimes feel like this is just a mere coincidence? Sometimes people say when certain good things happen, maybe this is something that is already on the way in the life of the person to happen, and then have to relate it to say, like you say, like a testimony, like you put it. Do you think it's just mere coincidence? Like this thing of us being you are talking, this is Germany that we are. If you studied and you applied for something, the probability of getting it is high.
Okay.
So for someone to say, giving a testimony, if you didn't study, you will not get a husband. You know, let's think stuff like that. You understand me? There are instances where there are some people trying to give birth, like you said. Probably this thing has got to do with science. Somebody say, if you don't check to know when your ovulation, when you are right, and do all those things, you'll never know. And sometimes people, it just happen like a coincidence, like I said, it happened for them. But I believe for people who sometimes have problems like this and study, okay, I'm due this date, I'm due this. I mean, there are machines to check those and it happens to them. Do you still see all those ones as miracles or testimonies? Just ask.
Okay, so the whole thing is, you see, we don't even own tomorrow. As we sit here, we don't know what's happening tomorrow, what's going to come. It's in the hands of the Creator, whom we give all you know respect to in prayers and everything. Testimonies are things that you did not imagine to happen, and it happened. Like something that you were expecting to have, but sometimes it gets to a point where you get stuck. You get situations, and this can be relatable to almost everything. Like this hospital thing you mentioned, and maybe childbirth or whatever you mentioned, I mean, it's not automatic that you go to the labor ward and come out. Now, I've been a witness of divine intervention myself. I know what I'm saying. There are times that you can know, I mean, even the life of other people. As a prophet, I've witnessed people, you know, in so many. I even spoke about somebody's childbirth and you know whatever, and I know that these are spiritual things that people sometimes underestimate. We can never know what goes on in somebody's life until they tell you. At times it might look like, okay, it's a normal thing, you know, but go and ask them. They will start to write a whole book for you. The situation they're going through and how they are going through something and they need intervention, even though they might have gotten something to some extent. But I could see that there could be still things that are lacking. And these lacking things are what people, you know, wait on God for. You know, and these things can just change at any time. You can receive at any time, you know. You can be, sometimes you can be pregnant, but sorry to say, but you can lose your baby several times, and then at a point in time, being at an atmosphere, you may never know, but that could be the place where God needed you to be for that, you know, change to come. But you can't know that.
You can know that.
You just have to follow the intuition, or if you are really working with the Holy Spirit, He would speak to you. Be at this event. Go to this person. Go in. Those little details can make sense in your whole destiny. It can actually do. But people wouldn't know it. If you don't have faith in it, it can't even work. The Bible even said it. If you don't have faith, if you don't have faith and faith without action is useless. There has to be something back in the faith, like move, talk to somebody, pray, you know, like go to an event, you know, worship God. It could be just music, but what I mean, how would you even know what God to use in music to do in your life? You can't know that until you are there. Because there could be a song that somebody might sing, a line that is powerful enough to drive demons out of you, or to stop a situation that was disturbing you or blocking you not to go to your next level. And these are spiritual things. You never see with your eyes.
Yes, that's good. Yeah, so Daniel's staying here with you, and like I said, when it comes to you, there's always a lot to talk about. And one of my main purpose for gathering here today is to talk about the August praise. And I mean, like I always keep saying, we can never use one day to always talk about everything. The August praise is not far from today. It's just some few days to come. What are your final closing words, or something you would like to say to people that are out there in regards to the August praise that is coming up?
Yeah, so what I would say is that come expecting to meet God, because the August praise is inspired also by John chapter 4 verse 23. You know, where the Bible said we should come before the Lord with our whole heart. We should just decide within us, knowing that He is the one that we need to serve and worship. So wherever you are in Hamburg, in Germany, you know, make it a point. Some might be coming from Netherlands, you know. So what are you doing in Germany? You can be able to make it. So I pray that, you know, you come in your numbers and come knowing that God's going to visit you at the point of your need. You're going to have a good time in the presence of God. You not leave the same you came. You know, if you are coming empty, you are going to be going filled to the brim. And the Lord will bless you for your impacts. Amen.
I'm happy you came here and we'll talk about the August praise that is coming on. Once again,
thank you.
It's nice having you
My
here.
pleasure having me.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much.